I want to take you somewhere with me, a place 35 years from now. It's 2060. Imagine sitting in a Miami Beach penthouse, sweeping blue Atlantic views outside your window. Your neighbors, age 95, are still out playing tennis. On your morning walk, you pass centenarians who run cafes and greet each sunrise like it's just the beginning. Sound impossible? Last month, I came across something happening in Miami Beach that represents a shift in how we think about where we live. Here's what's happening. Miami Beach is pursuing Blue Zone certification, joining a longevity-focused movement that's already reshaped more than 90 American communities. And what it reveals about the future of real estate is worth understanding. Some time ago, a client, let's call him David, flew in from overseas. Net worth? Let's just say money isn't his primary concern, but his request wasn't about penthouse size or finishes.
Brian, I want to live long enough to see my great-grandkids graduate.
David had done his homework. Sardinia, Okinawa, the original blue zones where people thrive into old age. But he wanted something more accessible, a modern city actively designed for longevity. Turns out, he might have found it. In February 2025, Miami Beach kicked off a 6-month, $220,000 Blue Zones Ignite assessment. It's a commercial wellness program from Blue Zones LLC, a company founded by National Geographic fellow Dan Buettner that has worked with more than 90 US communities. Now, I need to be transparent here. Miami Beach isn't pioneering something unprecedented. Cities from Fort Worth to California's beach cities to Southwest Florida have already achieved Blue Zones certification. What makes this interesting is Miami Beach would be the first in South Florida to pursue it, and what that reveals about where wellness real estate is headed. Here's what I found when I started digging into this. Researchers studying the original Blue Zones, Sardinia, Ikaria, Nicoya, Loma Linda, Okinawa, identified 9 common traits called the Power 9. They're lifestyle patterns, not secrets. Things like natural movement, strong social bonds, and plant-forward eating. What caught my attention, urban planning experts say many of these patterns can be designed into cities through walkable streets, green spaces, and community programs. That's what Miami Beach is testing, following a model that 90 other US cities have already implemented. Miami Beach officials see this as part of positioning the city as a health and wellness destination. The question becomes, how do we think about homes that genuinely support healthier, longer lives? For 2 weeks, I looked into what Miami Beach's Blue Zone assessment revealed. The city is taking this framework and applying it to urban infrastructure and community programs. The Power 9 concepts are being adapted here. Movement through pedestrian-friendly districts, plant-forward eating, supported by farmers markets and local restaurants. Social connection through community spaces designed for gathering. Here's what the assessment found. Miami Beach already had some of these characteristics in place. Mediterranean-style dining culture, year-round outdoor activity, and mixed-age neighborhoods. The city is building on existing strengths rather than starting from scratch. But here's what interests me most. While Miami Beach is implementing longevity frameworks at the city level with serious investment, there may be some elements we can explore at the individual home level. Here's what I know for certain. There's a longevity-driven movement that's gradually increasing, and these concepts deserve more attention in real estate conversations. The Blue Zones assessment is finished, and recommendations are being reviewed by city officials. Miami Beach is actively pursuing certification, which could be achieved over the coming years, becoming the first South Florida market to achieve this distinction. Full implementation could take 4 to 5 years. It's a long-term transformation, not a quick fix. But whether Miami Beach gets certified or not, there's something worth understanding about how our living spaces affect health and longevity. I believe longevity, how our living spaces affect how long and how well we live, should be an important factor in real estate decisions. Miami Beach's Blue Zone assessment is one example of cities exploring this, but my focus goes beyond any single program or certification. I'm exploring how longevity principles, whether from Blue Zones or broader biohacking research, can translate to individual homes and everyday choices. Because here's my vision. Longevity design shouldn't be reserved for luxury properties or citywide initiatives. The principles that help people live longer, healthier lives should be accessible to everyone. Whether you're buying a penthouse or optimizing the home you already own, we spend most of our lives at home. Optimizing that environment matters more than we think. Subscribe to follow this journey. I'm tracking Miami Beach's transformation, but more importantly, I'm exploring how longevity principles can apply to different properties. Before I go, I want to share something that changed how I think about longevity. In the past, I represented a buyer in an unusual transaction. We had a meeting with the seller and the seller's representative. The seller was a woman in her 90s who had lived in the home for over 40 years.
Back in my 70s, I never imagined I'd live this long.
So she gave away most of her assets to her children and grandchildren. 20 years later, she had outlived her financial planning. This home, her last remaining asset, was what she had left. We talk about health span and lifespan in the longevity conversation, but financial span is equally critical. Living longer only works if your resources can sustain that longer life. Like all things, there's balance. I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching Miami Real Estate Decoded.